Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In my last video where I did the 4-month countdown for GCSEs and A-levels, a lot of you in the comments asked me to show you how to do a revision schedule or timetable. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to make one. I'll leave a timestamp down below for a digital version of this where I've made a template for you. You don't have to do anything apart from input your subjects, download the link, and the link will be in the description bar down below. It's absolutely free. It's quite simple to make a revision timetable. You don't need much. A pen, a ruler, and a blank piece of paper is typically all you need, but you could add some highlighters and different colored pens just to spice it up a little bit and make it look a little bit nicer to take a look at, to be honest. You may want to stick it up on your wall, or you may want to put it on your desk, so make it pleasing to the eye, make it something that you wouldn't mind taking a look at every single day. I'm starting by writing revision timetable on the top of the sheet of paper, just as a bit of a title. You can write this however you like. Now I'm dividing my timetable into days of the week and hours. So I'm going to be planning my revision based on hours. So I'm going to be blocking off revision in an hourly. In this timetable, I'm going to be blocking off revision on an hourly schedule. So I think it's really important to make sure that you're revising in small chunks as opposed to 3-hour blocks. It's really important to do an hour, take a break, another hour, take a break. It's more manageable, it's more efficient, and I think you'll learn more than simply doing a 3-hour block of revision sessions. Revision timetables are great. They are the first step in helping you reduce stress, helping you meet deadlines, and just keep you more organized in general. They also make sure that you do revise every single thing that you need to revise. As humans, we like to avoid things that we don't enjoy. We also avoid subjects that we don't like to revise. So by making a schedule like this, you cannot avoid it. You have written down the subjects that you are learning, and you are dedicating an hour per subject at least per week. So it does ensure that you are revising every single subject, and it kind of builds revision around your life. It means that you are choosing when to revise, and it reminds you and it motivates you that you've got this revision that you need to do. So I'm starting off by blocking off school hours, because between 8 to 4 you're most likely at school or college, or even university. If you're a uni student, you can also use a similar revision timetable. And then I'm going to be writing down my core subjects first, so maths, English and science. I'm dedicating 3 hours a week of revision for maths, English and science, scattered around the evening. And then I'm going to add my subjects that I chose. So I'm going to add geography, history, languages, etc. Subjects that you choose should also have a dedicated time during the week, but maybe a bit less than the core subjects. Even more important than the revision and scheduling revision, you do need to make sure that you've allocated specific break times. So after an hour of study, do make sure that you've given yourself half an hour or an hour of break. It is really important that you dedicate this time. Otherwise, your brain will just crash and it will not be efficient for you to sit there studying for another couple of hours. We do not work that way. Psychology has shown that retention decreases rapidly after even 45 minutes. So it is really important that an hour is the maximum that you spend on a specific subject. I've also blocked out some time for after school clubs or for sports, and this means that you're giving yourself the time to maintain your social life. A maximum of 3 subjects a day is ideal. So in the week, you've got about 15 subjects that you can put in repeatedly if you want to, but 15 spaces where you can put in any information that you want and revise for whatever you want. Now moving on to the weekend. The weekend's a bit different because you do have the whole day. However, I want to emphasize that it is really important that you do schedule time with your family, with your friends, going outside, reading a book, doing whatever it is that you enjoy. Make sure that you blocked out a good morning or afternoon time for you to be able to do whatever it is that you enjoy. research has shown that people are generally more productive in the morning. The earlier you wake up, the more you get done, the less distractions there are, the more motivated you are. I like to start my revision timetable at like 6 a.m. and I think it's a much more productive time, and I can get lots done between 6 and 10 as opposed to if I woke up at 10 and tried to work until 2. It just isn't as productive. And I've blocked out about 5 hours in the middle of the day to do whatever I want. And then again in the evening, you can maybe do 1 or 2 light subjects or just kind of reread your notes in the evening. And on the weekend, you can see that there is enough kind of blocks for about 10 different subjects or 10 different topics that you want to study. I recommend to do the weekend in the morning in double blocks, so 2-hour blocks. Now there are different revision techniques, and I'll discuss that in a different video. There's a technique called the pomodoro technique, where you revise for short amounts of time and then take quick breaks, and this kind of resets your mind and allows you to kind of instill your learning into your long-term memory. And I would highly recommend this technique, and I'll discuss it in a future video. By making a schedule like this, you've given yourself the scope to be able to revise for every single subject, and I think it's really important to be able to have discipline, and this instills discipline. Even if you're someone who revises naturally after school, it's still important to have a schedule to make sure that you're not just studying your favorite subject and you really are studying every single subject. Making a timetable is the first step to success, and this is definitely a way that will lead you to getting your 8s, your 9s, your 7s, your A's, your A stars, your firsts. It's very important. I know some people like to work online on computers, so I have made a template for you to be able to just input the data there straight away without having to faff around with rulers and measurements. Although I do enjoy the process of making a timetable. I feel like making a timetable allows me to de-stress, and it's very therapeutic, but I know some of you are not so artistic and don't really care for that, so you can download this timetable and input your subjects with different colors. And I think this is another really good way of working around making a timetable. Then when you finish with it, just print it out and again stick it somewhere that you can look at it every single day. There's no point of this timetable being on your computer where you won't see it. It needs to be visible. Put it on the fridge, commit to it, show it to your parents, show it to your family, show them that this is your schedule. Allow them to ask you why you are not revising at this time when you said you would. Have someone that's going to hold you accountable to sticking to the timetable. I think that's a very important thing as well, especially if you're someone who can't necessarily commit to timetables or schedules like this. But this, like I said, this link will be available to be downloaded in the description bar below, so please go and download it and share it with your friends and your family. The one on the left is a timetable for the school term, so as you can see, I've blocked out the school day where obviously you're at school, whereas the one on the right hand side is a holiday timetable, so I've left it completely free for you to decide on what to revise and when to revise it. But just do make sure you follow the same steps as what I have just explained in the previous hand-drawn timetable, where you've given yourself a sufficient break time, you've given yourself sufficient after school club time, sports time, relaxation time, but also maintaining at least 2 subjects a day or even 3 subjects a day. I think it's very important to be able to do that. So again, for the weekend here, I've blocked off 2 hours for one subject, and I think sometimes in some subjects it is important to have a longer duration to be able to learn the information and then to be able to test yourself. A key part of revising is to test yourself, and like I said, I'll talk about this more in another video. I hope this helped you to make your own revision schedule. Don't forget to give me a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more from me in the next couple of months regarding revision and regarding exams. Also, don't forget to share this with a friend. I think that they would absolutely love to be able to make their own schedules or even to download my templates. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.